Something on your mind?
You know exactly what's on my mind.
So, you talked to Floric, the city's most loyal servant, positively outraged to hear how Will failed his father. Tell me, darling, how is she? Entertainment? I'd be a cheeky devil indeed to make such diabolical merry. Glower all you want. I was merely laying the path to Will's success. With the Duke gone, someone will need to step up in his absence. A man with the spirit of the dragon. His only son, perhaps.
How delicious. Yes, let's. I've got a long road ahead. Need to find a way forward.
Carlac Cliffgate? That can't possibly be you, can it?
Fitz! If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Where the hells have you been, girl? Last I heard you'd run off to Neverwinter, and that was what? 10 years ago?
Neverwinter. Who told you that?
Gortash. Said you didn't even give notice.
Ha! That prick, but... Never mind that. Look at you. The years have been good to you.
I won't lie. They have.
Well, go on, girl. Tell me everything.
First thing first, you saw the news, didn't you? About Archduke Gortash.
Right? Oh, I'm sure the fox will make a great duke of the hen house.
I think you were the only thing that kept him a little honest. After you left, things got dark, fast. I got out while my soul was still intact. Started working for an arms merchant. Still in the trade, as you can see. Met my fella Gregor that way. We've been together 8 years now. And Carlac, we've a little one on the way.
Fitz! That's incredible! Congratulations! Mum life, huh? You're going to be incredible.
Gods, I hope so. Even after all these years, it seemed to happen so fast. But now that you're back in town, you must come to ours. All of you. We'll have a good supper, catch up. You can meet Gregor. And the little one, in a few months. Are the two of you together?
Uh-huh. Isn't he handsome?
Absolutely. You're well suited, I can tell just by looking at you. Pleasure to meet you, by the way.
I can't tell you how good it is to see you, Fitz. I'd love to come have dinner with you and Gregor. We're in the city on some urgent business, but can I come find you when it's all settled?
I'd love that. Meanwhile, if you're still in the business of intimidation, you should take a look at my stock. Great to have you back, Karlach.
My gods! Is that Fitz?
Trust no one. Looking ahead. Elminster's not around, so might as well.
Oakfather, watch over your servant.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Hope that wasn't a lie. I hope we do get to meet up with Fitz when this is all over. First step, save the city. Then, save myself. And last but not least, dinner with an old friend. What more could you ask for?
I've had a lifetime's fill of watching little men buff themselves up with grand titles. I look forward to the day we show the Archduke that his tongue is not half so silvered as he thinks. We could. It would just be a very short one. We cannot expect either of the chosen to fall easily. But fall they must, if we're to have all three stones to command the brain. Still, if you see sense in making an alliance, I won't question it. I'll just look forward to the inevitable breaking Gortash spoke of.
Are they going to
Let's
arrest us?
rehearse this one more time.
God, they're watching me.
Pretend I'm a fist and tell me what you were doing in the
Calm
house.
down, dear.
It won't happen, I swear.
This is the armory, not a bloody open house. This equipment isn't for sale. It belongs to the Flaming Fist. Course I bloody wasn't. Too busy ordering more of those mechanical monstrosities to tell me. I suppose you can take a look, but make it quick. Nothing's gonna happen to us. We'll tell them what happened, and we'll be home in no time.
Witness who says you entered the house before the fire started.
You've been saying that for ages, and we still...
So, you're saying... Invisibilis. Evanescence.
Are they going to arrest us? What if they throw us in
Wanna
jail?
dance?
He's not
They're
under
under
arrest. He wasn't even hurt.
Moving in. Have to keep going.
Let me back in, or bring Lorroakin out here, you tin tube. You tell Lorroakin I went for his gods and now he has to pay up. What are you looking at? Shit, it's you. You went looking for the night song after me. Please tell me you found it. Hope you lost fewer people along the way than I did. Bloody goblins. Lorroakan should have warned us. Sod it. Enough. Lorroakan and his precious night song just about ruined my life. If you value yours, I'd steer well clear of this place.
Look around you. Indulge your curiosity. Sorcerer's Sundries is the finest purveyor of magical miscellany for miles around.
I saw somebody once in a
Where's the
bronze
axes?
tower. I'm your mother.
What they sell is far more precious than mere sword or shield. They sell knowledge,
I think
ingenuity,
it's very
wisdom of mages past.
Sounds like more your thing than mine.
Where have Jeremy and his mother gone?
You! What are you doing here? Nothing for you to worry about.
His voice catches. Something's wrong here.
But never mind that. What can I do for you? Huh. I suppose that, at least, I can help with. Hope you found what you're looking for.
You make a fine point.
How can I help you? Then head upstairs and be careful. Something terrible might happen if you're not paying attention.
You'd make the rules.
What's next, I wonder?
I feel some of the items here are quite marvelous.
Baldur's Gate prices, though. Not worth it, if you ask me.
I shall be careful not to ask you then, child.
Where have Jeremy and his mother gone?
Watch your back.
Don't burn yourself.
Right, what now?
about my magic?
Action, not reaction. There's no time to waste.
Defender of the people.
My faith protects me.
A hero at heart.
Never a dull moment.
One with the weave.
Can't give up now.
You might want to be careful.
Breathe deep and move.
Look, a bookseller. She can point us to the tome I need.
Welcome, dear patron, to the floor at the top of the stairs. If you have information about the Night Song, great riches await. If you are here to waste the great wizard Leroican's time, reconsider. Let your knowledge determine your path forward.
That's a friendly-looking shadow. A couple turns should do it.
That hit the spot.
Light on my feet. Better not be cursed. some valuable knowledge hidden between these pages.
No entry to vaults. Trespassers will be disintegrated. Master Leroican.
Be wary. This place is trapped. Step carefully. There's a trap. Step carefully. There's a trap. Curious vault. Must be protecting something awfully valuable. city's magic? Gale would like to know.
This calls for careful footwork.
The Annals of Karsus. Preamble to a civilization's downfall, committed to parchment by the very hand that wrought its destruction. The truth of the crown, I hope. All that stands between us and enlightenment is the turn of a page. This isn't what I expected. This is much more. The crown of Karsus. And this is no mere journal. It contains Karsus's original plans for the crown's construction. His designs for godhood. Gods have ascended through far stranger means. A circle drawn on a globe, a walk in a swamp, the destruction of a magical stone. Why not with a symbol of such innate authority? The book states that the crown and netherstones were originally one construct, seemingly sundered at the moment of Karsus's downfall. If we can collect the crown's setting and the 3 netherstones, and with the correct invocation of certain spells and gestures detailed in these notes, I think I could reforge it. To every end you can imagine, and 1,000 more beyond. Just think of it. The power of the gods in mortal hands at last would be free of doctrine and dogma, confined only by the limits of our imaginations. I promise you, the gods will never grant us such a blessing, no matter how much we worship and adore them. Some gods may delude themselves into believing they care about their worshippers. But when it comes down to it, we're all expendable. Children to be appeased, not respected. I worshipped Mistra loyally for years. And in that time, she granted me the barest sliver of the power I was ready to wield. Even with the fate of the world at stake, she had little more to offer me than the means of blowing myself up at a more convenient time. She's done nothing to help us. Mistra wanted the brain obliterated because of this crown. She fears a world in which such power is beyond her control, ready to be claimed by Karsus's successor. Think I had not considered that? I have no intention of repeating his folly. Powerful as he was, Karsus lacked some advantages I can lay claim to. I know Mistra intimately. And I carry a fragment of the weave itself within my body. Casters achieve many things. But he never managed that. Long road lies ahead before the crown comes into our possession. All I ask for now is that you do not dismiss this possibility out of hand. Please. At least think on it. I'm glad you can recognize this for the opportunity it is. Nevertheless, not a step to take lightly. It's our future that I'm thinking of. Can't rely on anyone else to do it for us. For now, we've learned all we can. Here's your tome back. It proved to be even more valuable than I ever could have imagined. For both of us.
Hello, my dear.
You feel its connection, its longing to be opened, to share its secrets. You open the book to the first page, with its shifting glyphs and strange whispers. All you can see are those symbols. All you can hear are the whispers. There is nothing else. Every symbol seems to burn your eyes. You feel claws moving in the shadows. They pull at you, dragging you closer. The glyphs scream, branding your mind with strange runes. You see time rewritten, fate undone, your future thrumming with power. The book snaps closed. You've seen too much. What profane knowledge is now seared inside of you should never have known.
What to do?
Who's next?
Keep your blade close.
The book radiates power, but the words you read in the codex echo in your mind, guiding your eyes safely across the page. The once indecipherable glyphs now feel dangerously familiar, promising unholy power to those who can take it. As you pass the strange glyphs, you can feel the book resisting. Ghostly voices whisper at you from the dark, probing and fighting your mind. But your will is iron, and you brush past these shades of the past, devouring every secret the book has to offer. You see now life and death are malleable as clay, to be bent and reshaped by your will, by your power. But as you close the book, a nagging doubt whispers in your mind. What consequences will there be for calling the dead from their rest?
Let's get going.
Ah, my favorite traveling companion. Yes. No, I'm not sure. It is full of terrible secrets, including Cazador's bloody right to profane ascension. But it told me nothing new. Then again, it was filled with otherworldly power, which I am more than happy to wield to my advantage.
Someone there? Have a lot on my mind. Well, in it.
Hold very still, Nicola. Craig's aim is much improved, but still leaves something up to chance.
Yes, sir.
All right, Craig. Ready? Aim. We have a visitor. At ease. McClaw, you may go. I see no night song. Surely you wouldn't have entered my tower without the night song in hand? Surely you wouldn't have wasted my time? Huh. Fascinating. You've been to Shah's temple, haven't you? To the Shadowfell? Alas, I've paid for a good deal of very privileged information. Now I await the results of the generous contract I've commissioned. Answer now, or see what happens when fools misuse my valuable time. I'm growing tired of this repartee, my friend. Let us cut to the chase. Beautiful, isn't it? Worth more than your life, too. I bought it from a Kalashite warlock. There's very little of his soul left to him. It can bind a celestial to the wearer's service with a snap of the fingers. And this can keep her in place. Forever. It didn't work out for poor Ketherick, did it? He was a fool. A desperate mercenary who hoard out his soul to whichever god flattered him. I serve no god, but that which stares back at me in the mirror. The Night Song will be put to a grand purpose, equalizing man and god. Whoever helps me attain that which I seek will be greatly rewarded. I intend to achieve greatness, and I intend to do it for a long, long, long time. Dead? That cannot be! It is immortal! A god! Is that meant to be some consolation? It was the key to my immortality! How can this be? How can this be? Shit! Oh.
Can't slow down.
Your terrible tidings have cost me everything! My grand design! Dashed to ruins! This always happens to me!
You faint, as well as any matron mother in Menzoberranzan. Let the wizard lie back and nurse his wounded ambitions. When Dame Aelin comes for him, I only hope she stays her blade a moment to let him see his folly in his final breath.
As expected, Leroican falls short of any true academic standard. To believe Dame Aelin dead based on a single subjective account? It's just shoddy scholarship. May she correct him with all the contempt of 1,000 tenured professors.
This wizard has no more wit than a half-trained hatchling. To believe his quarry dead because his enemies say it is so. Let Dame Aelin take his head. He clearly has no use for it.
Well done getting that creep off Dame Aelin's tail. The last thing she needs is more trouble dogging her heels.
The wizard is a twit, but he is not a fool. Our ruse will only buy a short reprieve. We ought to tell Dame Aelin. This will not end until she ends it.
Nightsong will be pleased to know Leroican isn't after her hide anymore, although she may be even more pleased to know who put that bounty on her head in the first place.
Two steps at a time.
Fine. What's on your mind?
Should have wished to live in more interesting times. Still alive. So that's progress.
How can I help you?
The absolutes may make it panic.
What the hell? Catch a break.
Elminster?
Oh, hello, my boy. No, don't mind me. I'm just enjoying a lungful of Baldurian air. There's a distinctive aroma, though perhaps not one worthy of bottling. Tell me, what curiosities have you and your companions discovered within the walls of this esteemed emporium? Is that so? Well, far be it for this doddering old archmage to pry into another man's shopping bag. As we're here, I shall offer you a morsel of general and non-specific advice, yours to apply to any relevant knowledge you may have recently acquired. Some things are best left broken, and some people are well worth restoring.
What are you saying? Or rather, what are you not saying?
Mystra knows you defied her, Gale. Well, of course she knows. She's Mystra. She bids you come to her holy shrine in the Stormshore Tabernacle. There, she will grant you an audience at last. Not true. Not even close. Mistress' ways may seem cold, high-handed, tyrannical even. But she is a goddess. Her ways are not for mortal reckoning. Though some mortals come close to understanding. Very close indeed. Trust in yourself. Trust in the weave, if you are willing. Trust in Mystra. There is a conclusion yet to be written in this sorry tale, Gale of Waterdeep. And yours is the quill that will write it.
Mystra wants to meet Gale.
Impressive. The only thing a god's ever offered me is a cold shoulder.
So, Mistress requested a chat with Gale. Unusually polite for a god. I do hope it goes well. We've pissed off enough gods already.
We cannot allow Gale to go through with Elminster's ludicrous plan. Destroying the Absolute before we fully understand it would be madness.
The mother of all magic, they say. Let us hope Mystra brings Gale good fortunes.
I received a dispatch from the Grove. Life carries on there in our... My chosen successor, Francesca, has proven to be a wise choice. Perhaps the wisest I ever made as Archdruid.
Poor Gale. I hope he knows that a goddess abandoning him needn't be the end. I know from experience.
I couldn't help overhearing what Elminster said to Gale. Not every day a god asks for a chat.
Hey, maybe I'm invited too. I can be the muscle.
Were you waiting for a friend?
So all it took to get Mistra's attention was to learn how to reforge an artifact that once destroyed her. It's obvious when you stop to think about it. Not scared, not yet. But she's shaken if she feels the need to intervene directly. This is a conversation that's long overdue on both sides. I owe it to her to hear her out. Come what may afterwards. After you. Located in the Storm Shore Tabernacle, if my memory serves me.
Do whatever you need. But I shan't be paying my respects to any of the gods on show.
You never felt the call of the divine, Astari?
Oh, I tried them all. None of them answered.
Mistra's luck. It's been some time since I stood before her in a place like this.
And if I remain unbowed.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mystra, goddess of the weave, mother of all magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic. It sets your teeth on edge.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out and it will carry me to Mystra, wherever she may be.
Do what you must, Gale. Mystra has weighed upon your heart and mind for too long.
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mystra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee. Not the message one hopes to receive from a past lover. But her first love was always the weave. At best, I was a close second. When I pictured this moment, I thought I'd feel more in control. Yet, here I am, with palms sweatier than a bugbear's armpit. I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it. For a wizard, to have the love of the goddess of magic herself, it was intoxicating. An experience beyond expression. During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm gonna have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go. With pleasure. It's not often one has the chance to threaten a goddess and make good on it. Mystra won't be the one issuing the orders for much longer. She'll know exactly who's coming for her. This won't take long, and when I'm done, I'll be free of Mystra's yoke once and for all.
Gale of Waterdeep, you look well.
No thanks to you. I wasn't expecting a summons, but then you did always prefer things on your terms.
I did not come here to suffer a mortal's admonitions. Certainly not yours. You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
You abandoned me in my hour of greatest need. I had no obligation to help you in yours.
You still believe yourself to be so wronged. You always were stubborn. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite Weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
Well, somebody had to. You weren't exactly forthcoming with any offers of help.
My concern was the preservation of everything. The Karsite Weave could tear apart the very fabric of the material plane. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
Not happening. When I get my hands on that crown, I'm going to wield it. Karsus's powers will be mine.
Crown yourself, Gale Decarius, and you will learn what it is to carry such weight upon your shoulders. If it does not crush you, I will.
Defying Mystra, declaring that he'll rule the Karsite Weave. I didn't know Gale had it in him. I'm just so proud.
Oof. I've seen a lot, but never been threatened by a god. It sounded like Gale really meant it. He really wants to take control of the Karsite Weave. He really wants to be a god. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind.
Gale defied Mystra herself. Good. Not every goddess is deserving of such love. I would know.
Fine. What's on your mind?
You wish to consult me?
Shield our people from the
Gale plans to become a god now, does he? And all because his lover spurned him. By the stars. It is probably not even the most foolish cause that has seen mortals rise to divinity.
Gale defied Mystra herself. I hope he does not come to regret it.
Divine protectors of Baldur's Gate, hear this humble plea. Shield our people from the depredations of the absolute heretics.
The Karsite Weave. I had no idea. Do you realize what this means? The orb is no stray piece of ordinary magic. It is something entirely different. The nascent form of a new divine power. Of course, I couldn't control it. I was mortal. But once I reforge the crown, the power of a god will be mine to command. The orb will answer to me. Slim to none, I hope. Mystra has no right to prevent another ascending to the Pantheon. Only Ao can decide that. Let me assure you, Karsite Weave has no more inherent evil to it than a child in the womb, or an axe half-forged on the blacksmith's anvil. It is a tool, ready to be shaped by its wielder, by me. And you know me to be someone of reasonably sound moral judgment, don't you? Gods! It's refreshing to share the company of someone who sees things the same way I do. All we need to do is stay focused on the task at hand. Defeating that Elder Brain. After that, you can leave the rest to me.
why don't we just retrace our steps?
Great idea.
Do not worry. Guild's friends are Tuscrunt's friends. And I don't hurt my friends. Unless they deserve it.
Well, well. The fabled haunt of Nine Fingers Keep.
Never visited before. I thought you got around.
I always steered clear. If guild members started disappearing, people would start asking questions. And Cazador hated questions.
Understandable. When the answer is invariably, the silver-haired one ate them.
Wow, look who it is! Glad to see you in the city. Hope you found plenty of coin in Ketheric's coffers. Ready to do some business? I survived the Hells when Elturel fell. Compared to that, slipping out of Moonrise was child's play. Oh, I've got a few ideas. I'll be running this whole place in no time.
If it's Uktar you're after, he's in with the Guildmaster. Not even Nine Fingers Keen can escape the great balancing of guild books.
It's an orphanage, Uktar. What would you have me do? Seize their toys as payment?
Well, they failed to pay tribute. We should withdraw our protection, at the very least.
And cede more ground to the Stone Lord? You're not suggesting I yield a single inch of the city, my city, to this cult?
We already look weak. If you're seen to be forgiving debts...
I didn't say forgive. Seize the building. Arm any children old enough. If they protect what's mine, we'll consider that a start on what's owed.
Yes, Guildmaster. Excuse me? This is a private council.
Keep your underpants clean, Uktar. We're playing host to a hero. You owe me a gold piece, grandmother. When I heard you died out in the wilderness, I made an offering at Kelemvor's well.
Of gold? Oh, I did not know I meant so much to you, Guildmaster.
Oh, I'm terribly sentimental. Case in point, I've just let a harper walk through my guild hall, noticeably unholed. Because I'm curious about why you're here and who it is you've brought with you. Thinking about moving in? I have some lovely, lightless cells I could show you.
We won't tax your hospitality too long, Nine Fingers. I'm searching for Minsk of Rashomon.
A big name, that. Such information does not come cheap, High Harper. Not in normal times. Of course. Seeing as these are not normal times and we're all such good friends, I'll do better than tell you where he is. I'm bringing him here as we speak. Or parts of him, at least. I gave no orders about the condition of his corpse.
What treachery is this, Nine Fingers? Have you thrown in with the Absolute too?
Against my own city. Careful. You're in very real danger of hurting my feelings. It's Minsk who's found his faith with Faerun's newest god. And a new name with it. The Stone Lord.
Lies.
Minsk was never one to need much persuading. Not when it came to spilling my people's blood. In his short reign, the Stone Lord and his crew have earned a reputation. Pure brutality. No survivors. And where he mows my people down, this ripe little cult takes root. But not for much longer. We have word on where he plans to hit next. And he'll find us ready to hit back this time.
Nine Fingers. Estelle. Call off your ambush. Tell us where he is, and we'll handle this.
We? I heard what happened to your harpers, Jaheira. I'm sorry, but this fight's too big for you alone. I don't let trust tie my hands. That's why I sit in this very fine office. The Stone Lord's fate is sealed. We have a bigger war to fight. I'd rather turn our talk to that, but if you need a moment, Jaheira, well, you've earned that much. My guild hall is open to you. Have a drink, Jaheira. Have a rest. Just leave well enough alone. It would be a shame for the city to lose 2 of its heroes in one day. Keep the Harper out of trouble. Just because I don't want to kill her, doesn't mean I won't. Beyond that, be welcome. Be merry. Is there something you require of a humble guildmaster? Keep me from having to kill the Harper. Which means keeping out of the guild's way, all right? Wonderful. Knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. But let's say we'll put it on your tab. We don't. The Zentarim work for me. Time was I'd charge the bastards double if I let them into my hall at all, but times change. The guild is many things, but it's not an army. If the Absolute keeps pushing in on our territory, then I need a little weight to push back. Simple enough. After Jaheira warned me and then disappeared, I went nosing into the cult for myself. I could bore you with the details. How I found evidence of Gortash's projects, traced him to Orin the Red, and made a safe bet there was some dried-out old necromancer to round out the 3. Because it's always the dead, bloody 3. Has-been half-gods who can't help but make their irrelevance everyone else's problem. Oh. You've got some juicy little tidbit I haven't heard yet. Huh. It seems like my intelligence on you was patchy at best. That's annoying. I had no intention of leaving my city in the Dead Three's hands. Definitely not leaving it to some slimy shit that doesn't even have hands. So, as long as you can keep a lid on what's growing inside you, we're allies. Until you can't, and we're not. Simple enough, I reckon. Now, war to be fought. You need anything? No begging? Not even a snotty little please? It's almost like you don't know who you're talking to. The order's been given. It's done. So I hope you know another tune, because I am getting bored of this one.
So, the Stone Lord is Minsk, Jaheira's old acquaintance. Painfully small world at times.
Minsk is working for the cult. Damn. He must have been tadpoled, or worse. The real Minsk would never join up with the goddamned Absolute. Maybe we can help him. The Prism, right? He should shut that tadpole up. If he doesn't kick our butts first. It's kind of his thing.
There's little point in pressing Nine Fingers further. She means what she says. But we swore no vows. She won't tell us where to find Minsk. Someone else in her guild hall will. We need to be swift.
So, this Stone Lord is the legendary Minsk. And a newly minted cultist, no less. Are we sure we want to find him before Nine Fingers does? I doubt he'll be pleased to see us.
Minsk, the Great Ranger. He's alive and infected. Else, we need to act.
Minsk is the Stone Lord. Jaheira's friend doesn't sound so friendly after all.
This Stone Lord and Minsk are one and the same. Jaheira's friend has taken a dark turn, it seems.
Sounds like we're not the only ones tracking down this Minsk fellow. Let's hope Nine Fingers' bounty doesn't attract too much competition.
Each itching to draw blades against the other.
The sensation is contagious. Which should we oppose?
Either or both, so long as I get to spill blood.
Huh. You look rather more refined than the usual thugs walking these halls. I don't suppose you have any interest in fine art? My name is Oscar Fevras, though I doubt you'll have heard it. My stardom has waned somewhat recently, but I was once fated as one of the city's most promising artists. These days, my oeuvre is less original, shall we say, but no less in demand. In fact, you're fortunate to have caught me just now. I've a rather special piece that's become unexpectedly available. I assure you, it's identical to the original, down to the finest brushstroke. A fine piece to hang on the wall of anyone you decide to sell it to. Ah, we had a very interested party out in Waterdeep who, shall we say, commissioned the piece, but when the time came, she was unable to pay. I hear parts of her have washed up as far away as Neverwinter. Huh. You look rather more refined than the usual thugs walking these halls. I don't suppose you have any interest in fine art? Then perhaps I might be able to interest you in a rather special piece I've just completed. I assure you, it's identical to the original, down to the finest brushstroke. A fine piece to hang on.
You can get near anywhere in the city from here without seeing daylight. Once you don't mind the tangy smell of sewer.
You are not known to me. For supplies, seek the bugbear. To trade trinkets, the fetcher's brats. I am Uktar, duly elected guild bursar, and I will not have my time wasted.
Oh, is that what Nine Fingers was doing earlier? Wasting guild time with this Stone Lord business?
You might say so. I could not possibly comment.
I sense there is no love lost between the two of you.
I need not love to serve. You have a point you wish to make? I have not come so far by indulging in petty disputes. But I am open to transactions of mutual benefit. I am interested in gaining access to vaults beneath the counting house. I'd pay well for keys to those vaults, provided said vaults are not emptied prematurely, of course. I suspect that what you seek might also be found beneath the counting house. I tell you this only as a matter of mutual interest.
She plans to ambush Minsk at the counting house. But what the hells would he want there?
What you do with that information is a matter for yourself. Now, back to the vault keys. Do we have business to conduct? Ah, a rather ancient patron of the counting house. He has accrued quite a bit of interest, I'd wager. Then our business is done, for now.
It might seem a bit ramshackle, but this place is a boast-worthy bar.
Fetcher isn't himself, so I'm running the shop. Let's just say...
The Guildhall has one rule. All crime stays in the city streets, where it belongs. Break this rule, and you die.
bored standing in this alley?
Oh no, I love it. It fills me with
Oh, what a delightfully secluded alley. I would have been in my element here once.
But you consort with a better class of people now, right?
A different class of person, and a different type of consorting.
Let's just stop this conversation right here, shall we?
Shauntir, bless these roots.
Let's march!
your desire. The air is ripe with magic.
One lord and his metal toy. Gortash has got to be paying them out think fees.
By my oath.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
Still breathing, despite everything. Never wanted the easy path.
Have you got anything I can use to bring him back?
That would be the mind restoring charm. I don't have any of those.
Mr. Needle doesn't even pay enough for his good food.
Careful!
What are you after, friend? Got grub, potions, a few nice vintages? Best stock up now before someone clears me out to fill their larder. You never...
We serve Lord Gortash and the city of Baldur's Gate.
Don't bother. It's broken. Get one for the road.
This one too. This is the
Tell that to Glitterfingers. He'll have our heads.
The bibliophile.
Back again? I know a reader when I see one. What'll it be? There's nothing quite like delving through some old parchments, is there? I wish I could bottle that smell and wear it.
Excellent choice.
No one's stopped me yet.
To go back to the counting house. What were you thinking?
blushing mermaid.